In this help video, I'd like to look at adding in our new maximum DP level into our standalone version. So this is available in our new build 8.1.1.2. If I go to help, then about, you can see it's build 8.1.1.2. This is available either from the download. So if you go to download, then MTPredictor 8, there it is, 8.1.1.2. Or you can get it from the member section of the website. So after you've downloaded that and run the installer and installed it and then opened MTPredictor 8, what may happen is you may get a chart like this. Can you see this? Where the bars don't look quite right, do they? They haven't got our normal MTPredictor colors on and our setups. This is because we've added this new feature in, and because it's a core part of the charts, we have to create new charts to basically be able to read that. So what you're going to have to do first is you're going to have to delete old charts. So if there's a chart that looks like this, there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to close it and then delete the chart and just get rid of them. So you just go through and you just close the charts that have got those on, and then you can open some new ones. I'm just going to open them from a scanner. I had a scanner here, so I'm just going to go through and open one from the scanner. There's one there, so I'm going to right mouse click, do new chart, and there you can see it's back to as we normally would like. So once you've got your charts back to as they should be by closing any old charts and then opening new ones, we can then go to enable our new maximum DP zone. Just going to put on the YM as well. There we go. YM as well. Put that as a new chart. There you go. That's on there as well. And just do the NQ just so they're all back to what I had before. There we go. Just going to take the scanner off there so you can get a bit more space. Right, to add in the new maximum DP zone, what you have to do is go to Options. Do you see that at the top there? Options. Come down to Themes. And in this section here, click on the Decision Points tab. Do you see that? The Decision Points tab. And you can see here now we have the new maximum DP in here. What you want to look at is to Displayed Zones section. This was the bit that we've added in, and that's why you have to create new charts. So it's a drop down where you can either display just the typical DP zone, that's the one we've been used to in the past, or you can display just the maximum, or you can display both if you want. I'm just going to choose both. I'm then going to do Save, and now what you have to do is then close MTPredictor and then restart it so it then reads the new settings. So after you've done that, you then have to close MTPredictor. It's no good trying to put on the chart straight away because they won't be there. So you have to close MTPredictor. So I'm just going to close it and save the current layout. There it has gone down. Just wait for a second. I'm now going to open MTPredictor back up again. Just wait for it to open. Whoops, I think I missed my mouse there. Not quite sure what happened there. Try clicking on the icon again. So it's just opening up. And there it is. Just going to connect my data feed as before, and it should open up with the charts in a second. Here it is coming into here to our charts, and as you can see this time the charts are absolutely fine. Right, so now what we do is when we add on a DP zone, I'm going to right mouse click over a pivot as before, do Decision Point. Can you see now we actually have two zones? We have our typical and we have our maximum. So they're now available on the charts as well. The maximum DP zone is quite helpful in some circumstances because if the market goes beyond the typical zone, it very often then will reverse at the maximum. A good example here is on a 4-hour chart of the British pound. So if I right mouse click over this last pivot, do Decision Point, remember that's the last pivot into the low. Can you see how it's gone through the typical DP zone, but it's gone up and tagged the maximum was where it's reversed off and started to come down. I'm just going to take that one off. So you can see that the maximum DP zone has worked very well to catch that high. So it's just another tool you can use for providing support and resistance. The only thing I will say is that don't, if you're using this, it's for more experienced users only, because if you get a reversal off this zone, it will not tally normally with our MTP trend, because our MTP trend is calculated using our typical DP zones, not our maximums. You can get circumstances where the reversal will come off the maximum, but it will be any setups after that will be against our MTP trend. So this is for more experienced users only. Just have a look and see if I can find some examples on the USE minis. And just have a look at some of these. Just go through on the higher time frame charts. Yes, here's for I think that's yesterday, wasn't it? So I do a DP off this previous high here, do decision point. You can see how the high from a couple of days ago came in perfectly at the maximum zone there. So this is a good tool to have for the more experienced users among you. So it's a case of, we normally use the typical DP zone, but if it goes through that, very often it will find a reversal at this new maximum zone. But remember, that won't normally tally with our MTP trend, so as such it's for the more experienced users among you. But again, to enable that, you have to go to Options, Themes, Decision Point, and then Display Zones. You can choose which zone you want to display. Once you've done that and saved, then remember to close MTPredictor and open it again to then have this available to be on your charts.